It's Monday, August 25th, and here's some of the news beyond the headlines. Pro-Russia separatists in eastern Ukraine have made a mockery out of the country's Independence Day, while Ukrainians in the capital Kiev marked the split from the Soviet Union with parades and speeches. Rebels in Donetsk marched dozens of prisoners, mostly soldiers, through the embattled city. Crowds lining the streets chanted at the captives, and others threw empty bottles and rolls of toilet paper at them. Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko announced on Sunday that he would spend $3 billion to re-equip his forces to continue fighting the separatists. China has executed 8 people in the country's violence-stricken northwest. The men are all believed to be members of the Muslim Uyghur minority and were convicted on charges of terrorism, murder, arson, and weapons production. 3 were accused of attacks in Beijing's Tiananmen Square last year. China's government says it has disbanded 50 so-called terrorist groups in the Xinjiang region since it began a security crackdown in May following a string of deadly attacks. Human rights groups claim repressive policies are fueling the unrest.
While I understand the passions and the anger that arise over the death of Michael Brown,
President Obama has sent 3 of his aides to the funeral of a black Missouri teenager whose death has sparked sometimes violent protests and reignited a nationwide debate over racial profiling and the militarization of the police. Broderick Johnson heads the White House task force known as My Brother's Keeper, an initiative launched 6 months ago to empower young Black and Latino men. Marlon Marshall and Heather Foster, who work in the White House Office of Public Engagement, are also expected to attend. Obama has been criticized for his response to the killing of 18-year-old Michael Brown. Politicians, analysts, and residents alike have said America's first black president hasn't done enough to address the social inequalities that African Americans continue to face.
Our parents are scared for us to even come outside.
Mexico has a new police force, but it's far smaller and more specialized than the one initially promised. President Enrique Peña Nieto has created a 5,000-member federal force to guard the agriculture, mining, and energy sectors from criminal gangs. Before his appointment, Peña Nieto campaigned to create a police force 8 times as large to tackle crimes such as extortion and kidnapping. The federal police are considered Mexico's best trained and most trustworthy, but critics say the new force is too small and leaves much of the fight against drug cartels to the Army and Navy. Check out the VICE News YouTube channel for more original reporting and documentaries from around the world.
If this is what we have to endure to get peace and answers, that's all we really want. Instead of getting answers, we're getting shot at. People are still getting hurt by the police.